Today, I'm going to be showing you every mod that is compatible with the new Realm of Thrones version 6.0 release, and after that, I'll also be giving you all some additional mods that I personally use in my playthroughs that also work for me as well. And at the end, we'll be going over some important setting changes for some of the mods, so make sure you stick around to see those. With this mod list, you're guaranteed a more improved and more logical base game on top of all the other fantastic features that Realm of Thrones offers. And a word of caution, I am not responsible for any errors or crashes, so make sure you use them at your own discretion. And if you need any help installing mods or troubleshooting, you can join my Discord link below, where I have a handful of tutorials and mod lists, and you can join the Realm of Thrones Discord, where they have an amazing team where someone will be able to help you out, and that will also be linked down below for you all. To start off this mod list, we have Diplomacy version 1.2.13. This is a simple mod, yet has a lot of must-have features. This mod includes messengers, alliances, war exhaustion, non-aggression packs, influence balancing, vassal diplomacy control, and even more. The mod's features is basically what you'd expect to find in vanilla Bannerlord, but for some reason Tailwards hates us and won't give us a proper diplomacy system. Next up we have Distinguished Service version 1.2.0. I covered this mod in a previous video, but it allows you to promote your foot soldiers into trusted companions when they have reached a handful of requirements. For one, the troops must be a top tier unit, they also must have 7 kills, and be in the top 68 percentile in kills across the battlefield. This is a really cool mod, and I love the idea of enlisting a recruit and have him make his way up through the ranks all the way to a companion, where he can then lead his very own party of soldiers. Next, we have Improved Garrisons version 4.1.2.20. I won't go in too deep about this mod, as again I have already covered this in other videos, and it's also one of the most popular Bannerlord mods, but basically you can manage your garrison in any one of your settlements and create an auto recruiter where you can then decide what specific types of troops you want to recruit. If you haven't tried out this mod yet, I highly suggest this being one of the first ones that you install, and check out all of its other features. Next we have a pair of mods, Better Executions version 24.12.31.1 and the Better Core mod, which is just the dependency. This mod introduces a couple of new features when it comes to executions, such as lords you execute can now drop their gear, including their civilian loadout. Traits will also have an impact on how relations change when committing an execution, and much more. Moving along, we have the Battle Order Tweaks mod version 1.0.3.0. This is another simple mod that helps you give more precise commands during battles by raising the camera height and slowing down the battle while ordering. And if you're using RTS Camera or Zorbiak's Legacy, make sure you guys load this after them. This is another small but useful mod that I use in all of my playthroughs. Next, we have probably one of the coolest mods I've seen from the community so far. Player Settlements version 6.0.3 adds the ability to build your own towns, villages, and castles when certain requirements are met. Next up we have Character Reload version 1.2.10. This mod has a lot of different features, but basically this mod allows you to edit any character with a lot more detail. You can now modify heroes' attributes, levels, personalities, and even more. You can even set their health to 0 and have the option to kill them automatically, or vice versa, set someone's health that's already dead to 100 to revive them. Another must-have mod if you like creating more detailed and unique characters or companions. This next mod everyone should already be using. Better Time version 1.3.5 is a mod that allows you to speed up your sim speed to 4 times faster rather than just 3. You can make it even go faster in the mod settings, but I highly suggest you keep it at 4, as 4 is already fast enough. Moving along, we have the Adjustable Bandits mod version 1.2.8.1. This mod will be a major fix for a lot of you all that feel like bandit party sizes in Realm of Thrones are too large early game, as this mod will now allow you to adjust the size of bandit parties, the number of parties, hideouts, and pretty much whatever else bandit related you want to adjust. Next we have Party AI Controls version 1.2.12.1. This is a really cool and unique mod that lets you control troop equipment and behaviors for clan parties. You can create orders for your clan parties, like patrol a specific area, defend or besiege a settlement, and you can even edit the party's composition, enable or disable certain options like raiding, joining armies, or taking lords prisoner, and a lot more. Definitely another mod worth checking out if you haven't tried it already. This next mod is another simple but really useful mod. Equip Best Item version 1.10.0 does exactly what you think it does, and adds a little icon to your armor and weapons, indicating that something in your inventory is of better value, and it will automatically swap it out for you. Next up is one of my favorite quality of life mods. Perfect Fire Arrows version 6.6.0 adds fire arrows to your troops during battle at nighttime. This edition allows for some great cinematic shots like these. Moving along, we have the mod Volley Updated version 1.1.5. This mod goes along very well with the previous mod and allows your your archers to release their arrows in a coordinated effort, and you can toggle this option on or off by pressing U. Next, we have a group of mods that you preferably need to install all together, and that is Realistic Battle Mod version 3.8.9.0 and Realm of Thrones Realistic Battle Mod Arrow Patch version 6.0, and Realistic Battle Mod Spear Preference Fix version 1.0.2.0. I've also covered all of these mods in a previous video, but Realistic Battle Mod fixes a lot of different issues when it comes to the AI during battle, and it makes combat as a whole a lot more realistic. The AI will actually try and survive now, use proper formations, and armors and weapon damages were completely reworked. The second mod just allows for the Giants and Raven Teeth troops arrows to work properly with the Realistic Battle Mod. And the Spear Preference Fix will fix the thrust weapon preference setting in Realistic Battle Mod to only affect thrusting, non-throwing polearms. Next, we have a mod that is technically a collection of mods, Zorbiak's Legacy version 1.0.7.6. This mod adds banks to towns, a cut through everyone feature where you can hit multiple enemies at once with one swing, friendly fire, deadly horse charges, make money by working at villages, and so much more. And next we have the mod XP Tweaks version 3.0.1. This mod just allows you to adjust and modify existing XP values, set learning rates, as well as increase the smoothing parts acquisition rate. Moving along, we have the Raise Your Torch mod version 7.0.3. This is another really simple mod, and it adds torches for night battles so your troops don't have to fight in the dark anymore. Next, we have the Realistic Weather mod version 1.5.4 and adds rain and snow that actually affects movement speeds, morale, and ranged weapon accuracy. Moving along still, we have the True mods, True Controller version 2.0.5 and True Battle Loot version 2.0.4. True Controller is just a dependency for True Battle Loot, and it increases the loot from battles while stripping the value restrictions on loot. This next mod has been one of the most useful mods I have been using. Better Troop Formations version 0.0.1.0 allows you to put any kind of troops in any formation along with any troop. For example, you can now assign Sturgian Spearmen to Formation 5 along with Imperial Cataphracts in the same formation. This is just another feature I wish Tailworlds would just add themselves. Next up, we have Better Prisoner Recruitment version 1.7.0.0. This mod just adds a conformity option, which is the rate at which prisoners are recruitable, and depending on what you want, you can make the value higher or lower. Next, we have an Unlimited Cap version 2.1.0.0, and this mod just allows you to have an unlimited amount of companions and clan parties. And if you're the type of person that makes 1,000,000 swords and sells them to get rich, this mod is perfect for you. Better Smithing Continued version 1.2.8.9 removes the stamina system when smithing weapons. I personally have been using this mod in every single one of my playthroughs. And the last mod that is technically officially compatible with Realm of Thrones is Butter Achievements version 1.2.0.0. This is just a simple mod that allows you to enable achievements even if mods or cheats are being used. Now, if you're going to stop here and just download these mods, make sure you have your 4 dependencies: Harmony, Butterlib, UXtender EX, and Mod Configuration menu. And your load order should look exactly like this, so take a screenshot or picture if you need to. Now, onto some of my favorite mods that I personally use in all of my Realm of Thrones playthroughs. First up, we have Art of War version 1.2.22. This mod focuses on the AI on the map during war. For example, the AI will now actually garrison a fief after capturing it. They will also focus on sieging their enemy's nearest fief, rather than going deep into enemy territory to attack a random settlement or castle. This mod does a lot more, and I highly suggest you check out all of its other features. Next up, we have the Battle Size mod version 1.2.3. This mod does exactly what you think it does and raises the max amount of troops that can spawn at once on a battlefield, and ultimately gets rid of Tailworld's pesky wave function. These next two mods are just quality of life improvements, but they add hundreds of customization options when it comes to creating a banner. Historical Banner Icons version 1.2.8 and CC's Banners version 3.2.1.1 are just must-have mods for every playthrough. I just found this mod recently and has become one of my favorites, and that is Cinematic Combat version 1.3.0.0. This mod adds cinematic style animations and executions during battles, and I can't get enough of them. This mod really makes Bannerlord combat entertaining again, and I have been loving it so far. And next, we have the mod Complex Characters version 1.0.5, and it adds over 400 dialogue options to NPCs, all while making your interactions more dynamic and reflective of your actions. It also adds a new ambition system that gives lords and ladies distinct personalities and goals. This next mod is probably Bannerlord's most popular mod of all time, Dismemberment Plus for version 1.2.12. This is a simple mod that allows you to chop off your enemies' hands, legs, and even heads. This is a mod that I've had in every single one of my playthroughs for as long as I've played Bannerlord. Moving along, we have the Governor's Handle Handle Issues Reloaded mod version 1.1.0.4. Your governor will now complete the quests of the town and the bound villages, rather than letting the quests go unfinished and penalizing your town's prosperity and loyalty. Next, we have the Horses mod version 1.0.4.3, and this finally allows you to customize your own mount. You now have a bonding level with your horse and can upgrade it to gain access to kicking and whistling. You could even customize the look of your mount and even name it so it truly feels like your own. I kind of wish they would make a Realm of Thrones version so I could then customize my own dragon. Next is a simple mod, but one I've been using a lot recently. I Don't Care Campaign Log Filter version 2.8.1 filters out the irrelevant stuff that you get in the campaign log notifications in the bottom left hand screen. You can even customize what you would like to filter in and out, and for me it's been really useful, and I find myself actually looking at the notifications more often now. These next two mods have to go together, and I will show you at the end of the video as to why, so make sure you stick around. Settlement Icon Redesign version 1.1.0 and Settlement Icon Redesign for Realm of Thrones version 1.1.5 are simple mods that changes how the settlement's icons look. This is especially useful for Realm of Thrones because there are so many different colors and banners, and I find it sometimes difficult to tell who I'm allied or at war with, and I also just like the look of it a lot more compared to the vanilla. Next, we have the Immersive Battlefields mod version 3.3.0, and this mod aims to, well, create more immersion while you're in combat. It adds a number of different sound effects for troops charging, horns blaring, companions leading a formation will now yell and repeat the orders back to your troops. Overall, a really cool mod, and I have been having a lot of fun with it lately. Next, we probably have the most simple mod in this playlist, and that is Inventory Search Enabler version 1.2.12, and this mod has been a lifesaver. You will now find a search bar in the bottom left hand screen when trading, so you can find exactly what you need in a matter of seconds. Next up, we have Kingdom Politics Expanded version 1.2.3.2. This mod aims to make the AI's kingdom decisions more logical when voting on policies and settlement ownership. The AI will now actually vote based on their needs and how it will affect other AIs based on their relationship with them. This mod has a lot more features, and I highly suggest you all go check them out. Next is Fast Dialogue version 2.5.17. This is just a simple mod that speeds up the process when trying to talk to nobles in villages, towns, and taverns with a click of a button rather than it actually loading you into wherever the NPC is actually located. Next, we have the More Arenas mod version 1.5.5, and this is also a mod I have always used because I get tired of seeing the same arena over and over. It adds 10 new arenas and also doesn't conflict with custom arenas in Realm of Thrones, for example the custom arenas like in Dragonstone and Winterfell. Another simple mod we have is Random Bodies version 1.0.3, and it basically just changes the height and weight for all of your troops, so each troop isn't an exact copy of the next one to help make it really feel like you're building a diverse army. This next mod has been a game changer for me, and I now have to have this in every one of my playthroughs. Reinforcement System version 2.3.0 is a mod that allows for allied parties to spawn on the battlefield during mid-battle. Instead of waiting on the map for you to finish your battle, either your ally or another enemy party will jump right into your battle seamlessly. Next up, we have the RTS camera mod that I mentioned earlier for version 1.2.12 of Bannerlord and version 4.0 of the mod. This is a really simple mod that adds a free camera during battles, along with a bunch of different options to help you create amazing pictures or cinematic shots. Definitely a mod I recommend everyone downloading. Next, we have the Useful Companions mod version 1.0.7.6. This mod extends the usefulness of companions by adding additional ways for them to earn skill XP for traits like medicine, stewardship, and engineering, because in the native game there is no way for them to actually level up these skills on their own. Next is everyone's favorite, the My Little Warband mod version 1.2.7. If you don't know what this mod is, it allows you to create your very own troop tree using all of the assets that Realm of Thrones has to offer. This mod really lets you do whatever you want when it comes to troop creation, as you can pick the weapons, armor, and even horses for them. Next up is the More Blood and Gore mod version 2.7. This mod does exactly what it says in the title, and it just adds more blood to your battlefields. Moving along, we have the AI Executioner version 1.6.4. This mod allows for AI heroes to execute other heroes. I honestly didn't even realize that this wasn't in the game already, but now it is. But don't worry about lords dying left and right, as a certain list of criteria have to be met in order for AI to decide to execute another lord. Next, we have the Random Events mod version 1.2.12. This mod introduces random events that will occur, you guessed it, randomly. A message will pop up where you will then be given a couple of choices to choose from. They could either come with some negative consequences or either benefit your entire party. Next is More Heroes Interactions version 1.2.7, and it also does exactly what you think it does and adds more dialogue and interaction options with different heroes. Next, we have the Battle Stats mod version 1.2.8. I don't really use this mod a whole lot, as the game basically already tells you everything everything this mod already does, but it shows you a little more detailed overview on how your troops and companions did during the battle. Next, we have another one of my personal favorites, Fourbier version 1.2.12.1. If you haven't heard of this mod yet, it adds a ton of features, so I highly encourage you all to go check them out, but primarily this mod introduces pit fights, a new scheme room, criminal activities, you can now incite rebellions, ambush and distract, and so much more. This has got to be one of the coolest Bannerlord mods I have seen. And last, but definitely not least, we have one of my lifelong favorites, Mavs Expand Your Clan version 1.0.6.4. This mod does a lot and is very similar to the Distinguished Service mod. With this mod, you can recruit any random farmer or villager to your party, adopt children, ask companions to be your siblings, concubines, recruit rebel lords, and so much more. This is definitely another mod worth checking out and trying it out for yourself. Now that we have all of these mods downloaded, there's just a few more things that we have to do before launching up Realm of Thrones. First, I want you to head back to Nexus and download the mod Unblock DLLs version 1.4 and install it just like you would any other mod. And if you're having trouble finding it, you can find it linked down below in the description. Go to your modules folder and double click on Launch Me, select yes to go to Windows PowerShell, and then let it finish doing its thing and then click enter when it's done and you're done. Now if you downloaded the settlement icon redesign mod and want it to work with Realm of Thrones, make sure the original settlement icon redesign mod and the Realm of Thrones are installed properly. Then double click on the settlement icon redesign folder and delete the map config file inside. Now leave the modules folder tab open and head over to the settlement icon redesign mod for Realm of Thrones folder. Then you just have to move the new map config file back into the original mods folder where you just deleted the old one. You can now X out of everything and you're done. Now once all of this is finished and you have your 4 dependency mods downloaded, make sure your load order looks exactly like this. And again, take a picture or screenshot if you need to. Now when you get to the main menu, head to the settings tab because there are going to be some things that we need to change. First, find the diplomacy tab and turn off civil wars and war exhaustion. Next, I want you to find the Zorbiak's legacy mod, and I recommend you turn off scholars and banks of Calradia. And lastly, go to the Realm of Thrones tab and just make sure you enable the realistic battle mod patch that we installed earlier. You might be asked to restart the game, and that's completely normal. If you end up having any trouble with installing mods or with any crashes, you can join my Discord and Realm of Thrones to upload your crash reports and someone will be able to help you out. And if you would like to stay up to date on the latest Bannerlord mods and news, be sure to hit that subscribe button to join our growing community here on YouTube and Discord. But I want to thank all of you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.